So buckle up for part 2 about polarity, duality, the dance of the feminine and the masculine, Kundalini energy. And when I'm saying this, I think I can make a part 3 about the Kundalini energy and a part 4 about duality and non-duality. But for now, we start with part 2 about the disbalance nowadays and already for a long time in the dance of the feminine and the masculine energy within ourselves and therefore in society. Because life, society reflects what's in ourselves. But this balance is a collective thing. But if we want to change it, we need to change it within ourselves. If you didn't listen to the first previous podcast, I highly recommend to do that first, so you better understand this part. So maybe with now a little bit of knowing what it is, you maybe now also feel how your balance is in yourself. Maybe as a woman you feel that you are maybe too often, too much, too long in the masculine energy. And maybe you as a man now maybe know that you maybe are in the wounded masculine energy or too much in the feminine energy. And that's not your fault totally. It's so nobody's fault. But in general, in the collective, in the world, especially Western world, there is a disbalance. And that started a long time ago. So let's start at the beginning. By the way, I bought myself a little cappuccino because I'm driving back home after work and I have to drive a long distance. And then this is a little little treat I give myself sometimes, and especially when now I have no hurry and I'm going to make a podcast and I'm sitting in my little car. So that's a little gift to make, to make it even nicer. You have that to do yourself. Nobody else is going to do that. So take a sip and we go further. Tastes good. Alright. That disbalance. Maybe you already feel it in yourself, see it around you. Maybe you see it in your relationship. And again, it has nothing to do with sometimes what is on social media about the characteristics masculine, feminine. It's much bigger than that. It's a part of it, but it's much bigger. Masculine energy, safe space container in which all forms appear. Feminine energy, all forms. Thoughts, emotions, feelings. And they need each other. It's a dance. So, when started this disbalance? They say when the ego was growing stronger, because we sniffed, especially men, sniffs power and money, and men became a little bit afraid of the woman, her inner knowing, her intuition, her stronger connection with God, universe, nature. That woman know things, could read minds, could do things with plants and herbs, with her voice, with her energy, because the woman energy is more in the energy field, is more connected with the energy field. That's the power of the woman. She's also the higher chakras. That's also more woman energy. The woman is more stronger connected. That's her job. But men were afraid that they would lose their power to woman because they didn't quite understand and feared that unknowing. But that was because of the ego of mankind that wanted power, wanted to rule, wanted money, richdom. And therefore they start calling women who were doing that spiritual work, we now say, witches. And even before that it already started, but that was really the burden on the woman to not let herself seen as the powerful, intuitive, feeling woman as they are. So they hide that. They had to push it away. Have a little side step. If the woman is that intuitive and feeling power, she can never become powerful without the masculine energy. Because, as I said, is she only in that intuition and feeling, she goes everywhere. She needs that masculine energy to ground on earth. So the masculine energy is also that grounding earthly energy. So the fear of men was, of course, not necessary, but they didn't know. They didn't know then. Because you need both. Then there is so much power in yourself, and especially in the relationships, the man and the masculine, in the right balance in their own, and those together, yeah, that's the most powerful thing. But the rulers were afraid, they didn't understand it, and didn't want the mankind to become super strong. There were a couple of rulers who wanted to stay on top, on the power, on the money, on the whatever. So women hid their feminine energy, and first were just very, very timid and submissive in the wrong way to ruling wounded masculine energy. Wounded because they are afraid, therefore dominating in the wrong way women. That's wounded masculine energy. Dominating in the wrong way. Domination without no respect. Because of fear. Not leading, but torture. You know what I mean? So for a long, long time, therefore women were called witches. They expressed their power, dancing, chanting, working with herbs, healing work, really intuitive work. They hide that and did that sometimes with women only in the forest. Therefore, witches. And then they go to burn the witches when men find out. And that brought a big, big fear into the collective of women, and still there is. But then women wanted to thrive as well. The only way to survive and to become equal, not same but equal, was for women, the only option was to step into the masculine power, masculine energy. But wounded masculine energy, because the other energy of the men was wounded masculine energy too. Yeah, so if to become seen and get opportunities and live equal, women has to step into the masculine energy, and then especially wounded masculine energy. So yes, we did, and we still do. So now women are that safe space container too much too. They take care, they lead, they work, they do everything. And then there are two reactions in the man. Stepping more in the wounded masculine energy, trying to overrule, or really sink in the passive, also wounded masculine feminine energy. So nowadays we complain, men are not men anymore, or men are so dominant and you know what I mean, and they don't have respect for women, and they don't listen. All complaining about man this, man that, and now the next complaining because we're starting to become aware of that disbalance in the energies. Oh, the man need to heal their masculine energy so we can step more into our feminine energy. The masculine need to do more, do this, do that, for us to feel safe, to step into the feminine. It's kind of true. But hey, we women, we don't need the man, and if you have a relation, your man, to do the work. It will be nice. But you can do it already in yourself, because it starts within. It starts within. Your masculine and feminine energy has to come into balance, and that's your own inner work. And maybe the magical thing about that is, especially when you're in a relationship, but especially if you do it collective, because it's like this with the masculine and feminine energy, it's a reaction on each other. If we heal as women, men heal. And as we are the leading in the energy fields, in the energy work, I think it starts with women. It's for the men that already are aware. Of course, do your inner work. That will help us. And help yourself, of course. So men, please do the work too. And if you now get inspired by this and want to look to yourself, how your energy balance is, let's start. Heal yourself. Men and women. But really, women, don't point your finger only at the men. Point your finger to yourself too. Because we decided, because of course of torture, to hide our feminine energy, to push it down, and we decided later to step into that wounded masculine. We did it. So we can also change it. And the men can't do anything else than go with us in that change and stepping into that masculine energy, but give them time. We always step further, because we are a little bit more spiritual creatures than men. And I see it starting. But what I see, there's a lot of help for women, because of course it starts with that awareness from the women in again. But I also see there is also a cry for help, even maybe subconscious, by the men, because they feel it too, but can't grab it yet. But if we start pointing out, you do this, not this, you have to change, you do, I need that, they need to save man, blah, blah, blah. And Nathan, emotion, we need it all, of course, but it starts in yourself, And magically, the shift will start at the man too. If you do the work, you're not dependent on the change within the man and within society. You are the change of the man and the society. It starts within. It really starts within. And if you have a relationship, maybe your partner feels it and goes in the path of inner work and changing his balance too, or not, and then you decide what to do with that. But give him time, because you need a time too to become aware and then to do the work. And you still have to do the work, because it's a never-ending story. So we now have a lot of wounded masculine energy and wounded feminine energy, and now it's the time to heal that. And when the women heal, the men heal. When the men heal, women heal. But it starts with the healing of our inner balance dance of the masculine feminine. And then it will reflect back. So lovely, lovely women who listen. You can start the work. You don't need the man to do the work. And men, you need the woman to do the work. Because if the women are stepping into the healthy feminine, you will feel that there has to there has to come change, because your energy is going to change. So you automatically are going into that inner work. That's what I think. And of course there will be men who don't. Like there will be women who don't. But I really think that if women start to do their work, give the man time to react on that. And then maybe even help each other with it. Yeah, magic will happen. So, that said, oh, I have a little deja vu feeling now at this moment. It's really strange. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Before this one is already becoming too long. This is just trying to explain in a very short time. Of course, there are much layers about this, but in general, it's about that women were suppressed, needed the masculine to stay alive, and therefore the man stepped into feminine energy or wounded masculine energy, and therefore women too. So it starts changing, and it starts within ourselves. Heal the balance in ourselves, and then it will be reflected back. And yes, women, we can start the change by not demanding from the man to do the work and stepping more in the masculine, daddy. It will help. Aware men will receive that message and are doing it already. But a lot of men not yet. And it's not necessary yet. We as women can really, really create that shift by stepping in the feminine energy with our own healthy masculine energy. We don't need a man into his masculine energy. We have that safety in ourselves. And then the man needs to shift too. I already see it happening slowly. But really, women, stop complaining. Stop pointing out to the man. But look in a mirror. Take your responsibility. Because you are so much more powerful if you have that balance in yourself. Yeah. The Kundalini energy thrives up through your chakras, to your spine, to your whole body, and you will radiate, and that will the man feel, and they are going to shift too. They need to. if there are more women are stepping into that feminine energy, the more men needs to follow. So that's in short. So healthy masculine safe space container, healthy feminine emotions, feelings. Wounded is fear. Fear. That's the easiest how I can explain it. Fear. And that's how we become powerless if we are in fear. Easy to mold when we are in fear. So the biggest act of rebellion is letting go of fear and start your inner work. If you are inspired by this and want to make the shift as a man, as a woman, as a couple, I would love to help you with that. I really love this topic. I love to help people with this because I myself been through it, still growing in it, and it's really magic. So, are you ready? You can connect to me through social media or mailing or website. See in the show notes. And I think there will become a part 3 about the Kundalini energy. And maybe also a part 4 about duality and non-duality. But it will be much later. So, yeah, hopefully I'm going to welcome you to work together and create magic. And if you know somebody who can get inspired by this, please share. And thank you for your presence. Thank you for listening. And I hope it was helpful. And I can talk hours about this, but I think the message is clear. And if you want to know more and want to go deep into this, then I invite you to work with me. It can online, it's possible live or combination. So, are you ready for the future?